हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू द हैप्पीनेस बॉक्स। आई होप यू ऑल आर डूइंग ग्रेट। तो आज हम आए हैं यहाँ पे, ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया का बहुत ही बेहतरीन म्यूज़ियम है जहाँ पे आप जो है वर्ल्ड वॉर सेकेंड के टाइम पे जो चीज़ें थी वहाँ पर, और जिस तरह के वहाँ पे हेलीकॉप्टर्स थे या चीज़ें थी वहाँ पे जो शहीद हुए हैं उनके ऑनर में काफ़ी कुछ यहाँ पर जो है म्यूज़ियम के अंदर चीज़ें रखी गई है। तो हम जाने वाले हैं म्यूज़ियम के अंदर, देखने वाले हैं कितनी सारी चीज़ें वहाँ पे रखी गई है उनके सोल्जर्स के ऑनर में, और देखिए कैसे हम वहाँ पे और क्या क्या है। सो चलते हैं और देखते हैं कि म्यूज़ियम के अंदर, विच इज़ नेशनल वियतनाम वेटरन्स म्यूज़ियम इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया। सो वी गोना सी कि क्या है अंदर और कैसी सब चीज़ें रखी हुई है। सो लेट्स कम।
So guys, this museum is located in Phillip Island. So Phillip Island is quite nearby. It's 2 hours drive from the Melbourne. And the name of the museum is National Vietnam Veterans Museum in Australia. It is one of the famous museum in Phillip Island. It is known by the Australian War Museum. Originally, it was established in San Remo. San Remo is kind of a city over here in Victoria. So, it was established in San Remo in Victoria in 1966 by the person named John Methven. In 2007, it moved to a larger site near the Phillip Island Airport. The museum contains a huge collections of items, vehicles, and including a Centurion tank, Mark V International Harvester truck, and 10mm pack howitzer. So it has a huge collections of the vehicle which was used in World War II at that time in Australia. It also has a collection of aircraft from the era of the Vietnam War, including the Havilland Canada DHC-4 Caribou transport plane, an English Electric Canberra bomber, a Westland Wessex helicopter, a Bell AH-1 Cobra helicopter, gunship, and there are huge collections of helicopters, jeeps, and all the antique aircraft at that time. So this museum is really worth coming over here, guys. So whenever you visit the Australia, definitely do travel at the Phillip Island, which is quite nearby from the Melbourne, just a 2.5 or 2 hours drive from the Melbourne, and you can visit this beautiful historical Vietnam Veteran Museum in Australia. So this museum is quite interesting because of these many things, because it has the historical trucks and everything. But apart from that, they have maintained this museum very nicely. It's quite neat and clean, and every piece of the information is mentioned over here. They have placed the information so nicely, so neatly, and so cleanly over here. You can see the badges over here. You can see the medals of at that time of the World War II. They have mentioned the each and every person's history over here, where they were in, how they have planned the war, and how they have made the instrument first like this, and then they have implemented into the larger picture. So you can see the samples of the helicopter, samples of the things, and you can see a lot of history over here, information over here. So it's quite informative to come over here, and it's very nice, like at that time how they have planned and how they have done it. It was in detail. So definitely do visit this museum. It's worth coming over here, guys. They have mentioned everything in detail, and you'll able to see a lot of antique piece over here, lot of the things of that era which was used at that time, and it was really worth coming over here because they have maintained all these things, and they have made the museum very lively and nicely. So yeah, overall my experience in Phillip Island was amazing. So if you guys are planning to come at the museum, there are a couple of good things to look at the museum and look in the Phillip Island as well. So if you're coming to look out the museum, there's a chocolate factory in Phillip Island, for which the video is there and the link in description box. You can have a look over there. There are other things like a koala sanctuary, and there are a lot of good things in Phillip Island. There's a good beaches over here, so you can come down here and have a look over here. And look how it looks. It has a 2 floor, so I'm on the top floor here, so you can see that how beautifully it is maintained, and they have kept each and every piece with detail, with informations, and they have kept it everything so nicely that you can see it, that they have mentioned it how at that time it was working, the costumes, the medals, the information of the people who were there at that time, the everything, like they have like so many collections of guns and helicopters and things, like it was amazingly amazing. And you can see the collections of these medals and beautiful medals, and it's really worth coming over here, because I haven't seen these kind of medals in my life. So yeah, it is the huge collections of the history of Australia at that time when the war was going on, and it is one of the really good place to come and to gain some information about the Australian army and the people at that time. And it has everything is so nice to see over here. They have mentioned everything so in detail that you'll get informative informations when you come over here. Look at this painting, it is looking so in deep. So they have a 2 floor, as I mentioned to you, that this is the upper floor, and downstairs there's another down there's just a 2 floor they have here. And here you can see the t-shirt where they have done a signature. So yeah, it's a quite history over here. You can see they have mentioned a lot of thing over here, and there are good collections of t-shirt of at that time. So yeah, they have preserved the history. They have preserved the history very well at this museum. I must say that it's a radio. Oh my god. So yeah, huge tiny things are here, even though it's very privileged to come over here to see these tiny things and small to big things. They have done a preservation over here with the and look at this, it's really scary. So yeah, they have done a good job. They have mentioned everything. The piece of history is preserved over here, so it's worth coming over here, guys. I don't know how many of yours are interested in visiting a museum, but I really like to visit this type of museum. It's quite informative, and it's a good thing. You have they have mentioned the photographs over here at that time. Look at the black and white photographs of this captains and the planes and everything, at that time, how they were uh, doing all these things, and how they were at that time in the World War II. So yeah, it's quite good to visit over here. Look at this flags, guys. This is amazing. So yeah, this is the Australian flag, of course, and there are a couple of other country flag as well. This is the another thing which is really good. So yeah, they have done each and every section has so much detail that if you spend a good amount of time on each and every section, then definitely you require a good amount of time. And here the section finished for the upper floor. So I must say that if you would like to look after the entire museum, then definitely it might take you around 5 to 6 hours. Yeah, at least that much. If you really like to explore more, then definitely do visit here and take out some good amount of time, because if you would like to go in detail with each and every section, then definitely you may require 5 hours minimally. And they have a beautiful souvenir shop which every Australian whenever you go for any of the Australian places, you'll see these souvenir shops where you'll get the toys and you'll get these caps and all stuff like that. So yeah, it was there. In like once we finish this, there's a small tiny shop where you can do your shopping as well as a memory. And here we go with the another section. This is the ground floor, guys, and you can see the section, the cap. At that time they have mentioned the history of the cap, like it is how old it is in 1958, and all the medals and everything. And everything they have mentioned the history of this helmet and everything. They have different type of helmets over here, different type of caps and everything. So yeah, they have mentioned it with the history, like how it was old, and everything is there. So yeah, they have a huge collection of all these things, and it's quite amazing. And once you go the east side, you'll get to see another things, like tiny things. I'm not sure about most of these things because I have done my vlogs on time, so I just shoot it like that. So you can see the huge collections of rifles and other things. It's a small tiny rickshaw. So yeah, it's good. And here is the main section where you can see the uh, different, at that time, this big trunks and the jeeps and other things, like centurion tank. They have mentioned that this is a centurion tank they have at that time. And there's a lot of things, transport plane and everything is there. So yeah, it's a huge collection of these World War II, and it was saved it nicely. And they are playing these films over here where you can see this, like how the war has happened at that time. They had the shooting of that time and they were showing it in the film, and it's a huge tank. Yeah, so it's a huge bombers and tanks and jeep and helicopters at that time. So Centurion tank and everything is there. So it's really has a huge collection. It has an English electric Canberra bomber. So yeah, and they have mentioned the history of everything, where you can see that how old it is and how they have mentioned it in every section. This is a huge helicopter they at that time when in 2000, when the World War II was happening with Vietnam. So yeah, everything is mentioned over here so in detail. And even the dresses, even what kind of nurses was there in the Australian army, and how they have preserved the dress of that time, and everything is so in detail that definitely this place is worth coming over here. And the fee is quite nominal. It's affordable. It is not that expensive to visit this museum. If you're coming to Phillip Island, then definitely the fee of this place is around $35 or $40 around. Yeah, so you can visit over here. It's quite a cheaper side. It's not that expensive. And they have mentioned at that time that how they have the nursing has been done, and how the people are injured at that time, and the entire history of at that time, how the people are struggling, and what about the condition of Australia at that time. Everything was preserved. You can see this, that the people are operating on the table, and the kind of a situation at the hospital, and everything was so nicely preserved. And you can see the history, that how the Australia struggled at that time. And they have it's a very good museum with all details. And I must say that must visit museum, because it's give you a sneak peek of that time, and definitely it gives you information and in detail. But at the same time, it shows you the hard time. It shows the hard time of war, the people who have done a great bravery to to be in the war and to uh, be there. So yeah, definitely they have preserved the history of Australia, which is very great. And they have mentioned each and everything in detail, so detailed that everything was really good. It is for the future generation that they should come, and they should see that in history the Australian army has done so much things for their country. And it is a great privilege to visit over here to understand these things. So yeah, the future generation, whenever your kids and everything, it's a good place for the kids as well. You can come with your kids if they are very much interested in any kind of a history or this type of things. Then definitely this is one of the best place to visit with kids as well, so that they can gain some knowledge about the Australian history, about the sacrifices, and about the army, and about many of these things of that era. So yes, that definitely this is the must visit place for the with children, so that they can also gain experience, they can also gain knowledge about these things. So this is the good things again. And each and every plane you can see this kangaroo mark, which is the Australian mark. You can say this kangaroo is the Australian symbol for their national animal. So on each and every of the helicopters and big trunks and everywhere, you can see this kangaroo um, sign, where it shows that it is the Australian one. And they have mentioned the Navy side as well, like how they have created this type of things at that time. And each and every section is so informative and nice. They have mentioned over here that they have first done a small they have mentioned the small design of these things. You can see that we have seen the big trunk over there. So they have mentioned they have these small they have created these small designs first, and then they have worked on it, and then they have done it. So this is the small souvenir shops which I was talking about, guys. And here you can come, and this is the small canteen, and it is they must come place. They have some books over here. You can come over here and you can just have some souvenirs. You can just buy whatever you would like to buy as a memory over here. So yeah, it's a good place. And look at this. Are you scared? I am. So yeah, it is. They have mentioned it. They have put this kind of a statues everywhere, so where you'll get scared sometime. So don't be scared. It's a statue only. So yeah, so it's definitely a lot of information, a lot of things, like how the battle has gone at the time. And everything is so good. They have especially the caps. I really like the caps. They have different type of caps at that time. The medals and everything is so good. And they have this things as well, knife, and the big knife, I must say, at that time. It's quite uh, difficult to see at this moment. Like if I see in 2021, I would have not seen these things. So they have a small guitar at that time as well. The people are playing it here. You can see the background here. It was a really good guitar. And yeah, it has a memory of the people. So beautiful memories with the beautiful medals and guitar. And these are the things. So yeah, these things are unique, and you're not able to see anywhere, because they have preserved this. These are the Australian things they have preserved here in the museum, and it's quite good to visit over here. So guys, whenever you do come here in the Melbourne, definitely do visit here. And this is the entire map, and everything is mentioned over here. This is the army training team. So they have the each and every member's name over here, and the history they have mentioned inside it. And this is the Australian Army training team for the Vietnam. So they have mentioned the name of the people, the entire history over here, and everything, which is quite interesting. And what is this? So yeah, and look at this. This is the collections of armory. This is the collection of Canberra Armory, the entire rifles. I haven't seen this type of rifles at all. Yeah, and so if you have seen this type of rifles, then do let me know in the comment box, guys. So I haven't seen this type of rifles at all. You can see that how big it is. The middle one is quite bigger. Yeah, and it's quite heavy as well, I'm sure, because once I tried to handle it in my one of the camp. So yeah, I just tried it once, and it was quite bigger, I must say. So yeah, it's quite good. You can see the entire collections. The entire row is filled with the rifles and the is type of rifles. So yeah, it's quite good. And this is the entire story of the museum. They have given the information over here, the entire story. This is the tree again. So yeah, they have look at this code, guys. It has so much to see here. Yeah, different type of honors and medals they have earned at that time. So yeah, it is good. It is really worth visiting this place. and it's quite nearby from Melbourne. So guys, I hope you do like this video. If you liked the video, definitely do subscribe the channel, and do not forget to share this video with your loved ones, with your family, or with anyone. So do not forget to subscribe the channel, guys, and definitely, if you like the video, definitely hit the like button, and do not forget to subscribe the channel, guys, so that I can get a motivation to make this kind of a videos. And do let me know in the comment box that do you like this kind of a museums or not, and is it quite boring for you, or do you really like it or really enjoy this kind of a video? So do let me know in the comment box, and definitely I would like to make this type of videos again and again for you. So definitely do not forget to subscribe the channel, guys, and hit the like button for more videos like this. And this is all. We are all done with our museum, the Australian museum, and then we'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take